But we start with those major developments from Australia in the last hour. Novak Djokovic has won his appeal against the cancellation of his visa ahead of the Australia Open.
Well, the judge, Anthony Kelly, has ordered the Australian government to pay legal costs and release Djokovic from detention. Djokovic is hoping to win a 10th title in Melbourne.
Well, this was Djokovic leaving his hotel earlier. Nick Wood represented the world number one, said Djokovic declared that he couldn't be vaccinated for medical reasons before travelling to Melbourne. But the Australian government's representative argued that Djokovic's recent COVID infection did not qualify him for an exemption from travel entry rules, and they denied that there was any procedural unfairness in the decision.
We weren't really sure exactly how this would turn out, but the fact that the federal government had asked for an extra 2 days to prepare their case, it did start to look as though they were on the back foot. We also had the circuit judge say today what more could he have done, indicating that there was some sympathy for the position of Novak Djokovic. What will happen now? Well, it appears that he has to be released from this immigration detention situation that he's been in for the last 4 days within 30 minutes. It's also been confirmed that he's no longer in the hotel behind us. Earlier in the day, the judge ordered that Novak Djokovic should be allowed to leave the immigration centre and rejoin his lawyers during the hearing. So a few hours ago, he left in a white van. The next process, though, it may not be over just yet, because now it goes back to the federal government and to the Department of Home Affairs. And it was the Department of Home Affairs that cancelled that visa in the first place. It's now going to be up to them to decide whether they will reinstate the visa. And we haven't got any clear indication about how they'll proceed. It could become quite politically sensitive and contentious for the federal government now. It's been very strong on this closed borders, and the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, he's been saying that rules are rules. He's gained political capital from this in the lead up to this year's federal election. The Australian public, many people were outraged at the idea that someone who wasn't double vaccinated had been able to enter the country, remembering, of course, that people here in Melbourne had one of the longest lockdowns in the world, more than 260 days, so there wasn't necessarily a great deal of sympathy for his position.